The monk sat quietly beside the river as the evening sun painted the water in shades of gold. Birds moved gently through the sky, and the sound of flowing water filled the silence between the mountains. A young traveler approached him with tired eyes and a restless heart. He bowed respectfully before sitting beside the monk. "Master," he asked softly, "why do people say silence is powerful? The world teaches us to speak louder, react faster, and constantly prove ourselves. So how can silence have strength?" The monk smiled gently but did not answer immediately. Instead, the monk picked up a small stone and dropped it into the river. Ripples spread outward across the water before slowly fading into stillness. "Look closely," the monk said. The traveler watched carefully. "The river teaches what many people forget," the monk continued. "Disturbance creates chaos. Stillness creates clarity." The traveler remained silent as the monk looked toward the calm water. "When I was young, the monk said, I believed power came from words. I believed intelligence meant always having an answer. I argued often. I defended myself constantly. Every insult felt like a battle I needed to win." The monk lowered his eyes slightly. "But over time, I realized something important. Most suffering in life comes not from events themselves, but from our reactions to them. One day, my teacher sent me into the mountains alone for 7 days. No conversations, no distractions, no noise, only silence. At first, I hated it. My thoughts became louder than ever. Regrets appeared. Fear appeared. Anger I had buried for years rose to the surface. I wanted to escape. I wanted noise again because noise distracted me from myself." The monk paused as the wind moved softly through the trees. But then something changed. The silence stopped feeling empty. It began to feel honest. "For the first time in my life," the monk continued, "I could hear my own mind clearly. I realized how much energy I wasted reacting to people, chasing approval, and speaking without purpose." The monk pointed toward the still water. "Imagine a lake during a storm. When the water is disturbed, you cannot see your reflection clearly. But when the lake becomes still, everything becomes visible. The human mind works the same way. When your life is filled with constant noise, your thoughts become clouded, but silence calms the storm inside you." "Master," the traveler asked softly, "does silence mean we should never speak?" The monk smiled gently. "No, silence does not mean saying nothing. It means speaking only when words carry value. A wise person understands that not every opinion deserves a response. Not every insult deserves attention. And not every battle deserves your energy." The monk looked toward the mountains. "Some of the strongest people I have ever met were also the calmest. They did not waste energy proving themselves to the world. Like mountains, they stood quietly, yet remained unshaken." In today's world, when the monk said, people are addicted to noise. They fear being alone with their thoughts, so they fill every moment with distractions. But a person who learns to sit peacefully in silence gains something rare: control over the mind. And once you control your mind, the world loses much of its power over you. The traveler lowered his head thoughtfully. "I think I understand now," he whispered. The monk nodded slowly. "Silence is where wisdom grows. It is where patience becomes strength. It is where anger loses control over you. And it is where you finally begin to understand yourself." The monk stood and looked toward the setting sun. "Remember this: the loudest person is rarely the wisest. A tree does not make noise while it grows. The sun rises quietly every morning, and the deepest oceans remain calm on the surface. True strength does not need to announce itself." For the first time in many years, the traveler no longer feared the silence around him, because within that silence, he had finally found peace.